how to use the GPT API for code completion and code generation. Now, let's say the use case is to generate a Firebase authentication service, and I'm going to call this new file auth.js. So for this, the extension I recommend installing is continue. You can see that when I search for it, it becomes the first result. And as you can see, continue is an open source editor and gives me various ideas to get started. It's basically an open source front end which connects to all these LLMs or code completion tools as providers. It offers multiple providers, as you can see. Now, once you finish installing it, you should see the chat window pop up, and let's just get started. Or before we get started though, you will notice that there is no model here. So in our case, we are going to demonstrate how to add the GPT series of models. I have already obtained an API key from OpenAI, and this will most likely be given to you. So I'm just going to copy over the key. Don't worry, I'll revoke key after this demo, but to showcase it, the format will be sk hyphen a group or organization ID hyphen your actual API key. This is the format which it looks like, with which you can make sure you've got the right API key. So currently for my case, it only supports GPT 3.5, but in your case, it might be even able to support the later models like GPT 4 or 4.0. So I'm going to select 3.5 and let's just say create Firebase app, or rather Firebase authentication service for a user with proper error handling. So you can see it already generates the code. Let's copy it over. Now let's say, for example, that I already have this config set up. So I guess Control I to edit highlighted code. That's what I've got to enter, and then Firebase config, ready, be done, over. And you can see in the diff, it removes exactly what I asked it to, which is the config part. This is how you can edit code inline. In this case, I'm going to accept it. Oh, but look like we do have some duplicates. So instead of accepting all, let's see if I can get it to remove. It points to only the Firebase config. Just move, you can accept it, you can see that config has been removed. What if we do this to the entire file? Running the diff assumes that you already have a config. Let's see now. So as you can see, we already do have code for handling login, sign up, and sign out. However, I find this throw error is too generic. Let me see if there's better error handling. Probably added a context of the file so that it knows that we do not have the config anymore. And let me put it back the same prompt. Automatically suggests, or since that's the file available, now since it suggests code from the very beginning, we can just overwrite it with this code. And now we can see more detailed error handling depending on the error message and the error code that's generated, which is what we were looking for. So this is how in general we can use the GPT API for code completion, code editing, and code generation purposes. But you must be wondering, how do we even track the usage? So enter the usage dashboard of OpenAI. It seems that they do not have any ready-made script for this, but there should be some usage statistics showing up right now. So as you can see, there is a usage. Right now it's still less than a cent. So it's showing up exactly like that. And yesterday I'd use it for a cent and so on. In case you want more detailed information, there's more detailed activity in terms of how many tokens it took for the context, how many tokens it generated for the output, and a lot more details, including what were the API keys last used. I hope you are able to understand how to set up, and thanks for watching.